You're going to take 2 pieces of saltfish. Depending on how much saltfish you want, you can use more or you can use less, but you're going to thoroughly rinse them with water before you put them in a pot to boil. You want to boil your saltfish for about 45 minutes to an hour. So now you're going to take your 3 cups of flour and place it in a bowl and begin to cut up your scallions. You can cut them into small pieces or bigger pieces. I like to cut mine into small pieces, and I use 2 scallions and cut them up, and I place them in the flour. After placing my scallions in the bowl, I will cut up my medium-sized tomato into bite-sized pieces as well and place those into the bowl. So now I'm going to cut up 2 pieces of garlic. You can use more depending on if you really like garlic or you're not really fond of garlic. You can use 1 piece of garlic, but I really like garlic. So I'm going to cut up 2 pieces of garlic and place them in the bowl as well. Now here is where you want to give it a little spice. I take a quarter of a whole scotch bonnet pepper and I cut it into fine little pieces and add that as well. Now that you're done, you want to get your salt fish and clean it. After it's completely boiled, you want to take off all of the skin from off of it. You want to take the bones out of it. I really clean it thoroughly because I don't like, little fine bones in mine. So make sure you clean it very good. Now that all of your ingredients are mixed inside the bowl, you want to add in your spices. So you're going to put a little bit of salt and you're going to also add a little bit of pepper. You guys can put as much as you want or as little as you want. Depends on how you want it to taste. Me, I don't put as much salt because of my high blood pressure, so I don't use a lot of salt. Then you want to gradually put water in. You want to put water in and then stir it, and then put a little more and keep stirring it because it's a certain consistency that you want it to have. And I choose to put a little water at a time because I don't want to make it too watery. I know the consistency that I like it to be, so I just pour in some, then stir it, and then continue to pour it in and then stir it. But it's usually 2 cups of water to 3 cups of flour. It usually comes out perfect when I do it that way. This consistency right here is perfect. It won't be, when you're frying it, it won't be too thick or it won't be too thin because you put in so much water. You want your fritters to come out nice and fluffy and delicious. So now when you go to the pot to fry it, what I usually do, I don't crowd up my pot. I usually just put in three. Some people like to put in more. I like to give my food space to cook. So I usually just put in like three fritters at a time to fry them. You want to wait till they get to a nice golden brown and turn them to the other side. You want them to be nice and golden on both sides before you take them out. Now look, perfect finish.